Before I get into today's video, remember to follow me on Twitter. So my Twitter, the link is in the description below. You can also find me. My handle is @JacksonKruger. Come over, say hi, and anyways, back to your regularly scheduled video. So Elijah Molden was an interesting player because we all sort of figured like, okay, this guy's probably a safety, not a corner. But, you know, I think that the Titans had some hope that maybe he can do both. And to me, what I've seen, I think he's a safety. I think he's a damn good safety, though. That's what I've seen. I thought he would be a good safety in college, but there always is kind of that question mark when you're going from college to the NFL. So far in the preseason, I mean, he's been electric. You know, he's been one of the guys people have been going crazy over, and I think for very good reason. There's a lot to really like about Elijah Molden for the Tennessee Titans. So this is kind of the Titans' MO a little bit, is they're going to take some chances, and they're going to take some risk with who they draft, and it looks like they hit one out of the park with Molden, which you will do when you swing for the fences. So let's get into the film study and talk about what I like about Molden so much. So we'll start things off with this play. It's going to be man coverage. It's a cover one play, and you have Elijah Molden. He's actually going to be playing corner right here. He's playing slot corner, and I think this is a hope that the Titans have for Molden, is the idea that he can be this fifth defensive back where he can play safety, he can play corner, he can kind of, you put him in somewhere and he can do it, similar to like a Tyrann Mathieu, who primarily plays safety, but he'll play man coverage as well. I think they have hope that Molden could also potentially do that. So on this play, he is going to be going up one-on-one against Tyler Johnson for Tampa Bay, and one of the issues is even going up against Tampa Bay's backups, they still have good receivers. Tyler Johnson is a good receiver, so you know, it's a tough matchup for him, right? Even though this is second team, just going up against a good wide receiver in man coverage, you know, it's not the position I think he should really be forced to be put into, and it's not going to be perfectly. This is going to be the one negative I had in an otherwise very good, preseason for Molden. And look, even the negative, it's not really that big of a deal. I would just say he got off to a little bit of a slow start in trying to cover up Johnson, and now he's going to have a hard time getting back, especially with traffic in front with, you have Scotty Miller running over the middle, so it's a tough situation at this point. Just like him to be a little bit quicker. It's kind of stuff you expect a rookie defensive back to have happen. It's the reason why rookie cornerbacks tend to take some time to develop, and he won't be in these situations. And look, I mean, he's not going to be able to get to Tyler Johnson right there exactly immediately, but, does still make the tackle, doesn't give up a ton of yards, so that's, I would say, a really good tackle to make up for getting beat a little bit at the line. Then you have something like this, where he's just going to be blitzing on this play, and it's actually going to be picked up pretty nicely by Tampa Bay. So it's a 3rd down and 10, but watch what happens. So, right when this play starts, Molden does a good job of getting over, but the halfback on this play reads it very well. So Molden, while he would have liked to, get there immediately, maybe get there unblocked, not going to happen. Halfback picks it up well. However, Molden's going to do an incredible job, and even though he's not going to be the one who actually gets the sack on this play, I think this is one of his most impressive plays, because watch how well he's going to get around this halfback. Watch him put his left arm on that shoulder pad, just shove him away, and then he goes over and, he would have gotten to Blaine Gabbert. Someone else just got there first. That's what happened there. It was a really tremendous play by Molden, I think, and that's something that will translate to the NFL level. Being able to beat halfbacks as a safety, that's a very big skill. It really is, because oftentimes that's who you're going up against when you're blitzing. There is also stuff like this. To me, Molden does feel like he could be a really good strong safety for reasons like this. It's going to be a running play, and I've circled him in black. That's where he is. He is not going to have a guy who's going to block him right away. So watch how he's going to blow up this play. Look at him just shoot this gap, and he is going to help make that tackle. That's it's a tremendous play from Elijah Molden, not just to read the play quickly, but then to get there quickly, to have the speed to go over there. So it's both. It's a good physical play, and it's also a good mental play. So he's doing a lot very well on this one. And then you have something like this. So this is going to be a zone coverage play, and it's O.J. Howard who's running a route that's going to be, a little bit shallower. And the way this works for Tampa Bay is you have a couple of players who are running routes that are, a little bit deeper. It actually, my graphic I made on this, maybe not the best, because it looks like there's a receiver who's running the curl route. It's O.J. Howard, who's currently lined up as a tight end. He's in the 3-point stance. The two receivers run deeper routes, and then Howard runs underneath. Because of that, for Elijah Molden, who's playing zone in the shallower area, he's going to naturally go a little bit deeper to make sure that he's covering the deeper guy. That's what you want to do in zone coverage. You cover the players who are deep, and then if there's a throw sort of underneath, you just come back and make the tackle. That's what you want. He's doing everything right here. Like, look, as you see, so right when this play starts, it's going to just, get a check down to Howard, and I feel like Molden doing a great job of running over and getting in position. So all of this, very good. Why am I bringing this up, though? What's the biggest thing? Because this is fine. It's not like he's doing anything bad, but it's not a highlight reel level play either. To me, it's the situation he's now in that I find very fascinating. Elijah Molden is a small safety. He is 5'10", 195 pounds. So, again, safety cornerback, whatever you want to call him, he's in that fifth defensive back role. So when he's going up against someone like O.J. Howard, who is 6'6", 242 pounds, that's what these guys are listed on Google, you're dealing with a guy who is 8 inches taller and 50 pounds heavier. That seems like a difficult tackle to make, and it is a difficult tackle to make. And watch how Molden runs over, and he is going to just barely make the tackle. He doesn't entirely make the tackle. It's not the cleanest thing in the world, but you know what? Howard did get tackled. He gained a couple more yards after the catch, but I'm bringing this up not to say that he's a bad tackler. I'm bringing it up to say he's a great tackler. The fact that he can bring down even the biggest of tight ends, to me, is very promising. He can tackle anybody. Now, but is he going to have a better time tackling Scotty Miller than O.J. Howard? Yeah, probably. But he can, size up and still find a way to bring down anybody, which is nice to see. Because, again, it's a big height difference. It's a big weight difference. And the guys in college don't move like they do in the NFL. So I think it was a fair concern of, can this guy be big enough to play? This play, to me, tells me, yeah, he probably can. It's maybe not going to be the best thing in the world, but I think he can play. So yeah, I mean, listen, he's getting the Tyrann Mathieu comparisons. That's a little bit unfair, right? I mean, Matthew's one of the best safeties in the league right now. Let's not put him up to that high of a standard. Has he been very good, though, in the preseason? He has. Yes, he has. And for the Titans defense that could really use some good secondary players, I think that getting a guy like Molden that could really help them should be good. And he's someone who, he can blitz, he can cover. He is a good coverage safety for sure. The man coverage might have a little bit of concerns, but, when you put him in zone, he'll be fine, which the Titans ran a lot of last year. So I think that he'll have no issues. I'm high on Molden, and seeing him in the preseason only confirmed that. That's what I think. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.